Have you ever just taken a crazy trip just to take the trip? Well, I'm going to tell you today about a crazy trip with some great redemptions that we recently took, where we only stayed one day in Europe and then flew back home. So if you would, hit the like and subscribe button, and let me tell you all about it. Several months ago, Virgin Atlantic had a crazy good deal going on where you could purchase travel from the United States, specifically for us it was JFK, over to London for very, very low points. And they had, I think, business class for about 35,000 points one way per person. And they had, and this is the one that I jumped on, 10,000 points premium economy flights from JFK to London. So, I mean, the point value on that is just off the charts, well over 10 cents per point. And so I jumped on that. I purchased a couple of flights for my wife and we planned to do a positioning flight to JFK, fly over, stay in London for a little while. But unfortunately, when you're managing a schedule, as many of you know, sometimes things just get off your radar and then you're reminded of it. Well, we had booked those flights, and then I figured out that at the end of that week, I had a work commitment I had to fly to. And so now I'm in a pickle because I got this great point redemption, but to cancel with Virgin Atlantic's cancellation policy, it was going to be basically, it was going to wipe away all of my points, and we hadn't paid that much in taxes and fees. So in essence, I was just going to be giving them up. So we tried to decide, what are we going to do? Well, all we had was I had to be where I was going to be on Thursday night, and we were flying out on Monday. We thought, well, what can we do in London? Well, it struck me, you know, my wife really wants to go to Paris Disney. She's wanted to for a long time. So I just said to her, I said, what about we take a crazy trip and we fly in, we can get there Tuesday night in Paris, and we can go to Paris Disney for a day and then fly back on Thursday, and then I can get to my work thing by Thursday night. And she said, yeah, let's do it. So we got our positioning flights to New York. We had to stay in the airport because I couldn't find any reasonably priced positioning flights later in the day. So we spent over 10 hours in JFK Airport. And I think we went to 7 lounges. We went to the spa, all of it for free because we used our priority pass, and I used my Delta Reserve card for the Delta Lounge. And then we got into some other lounges. We went to the Sapphire Lounge, and we went to a spa. It was really kind of fun, but it was, I must say, you got to have some endurance because it was quite exhausting. And so I have videos on all those different places. We took video of each one of them and kind of chronicled our journey in the JFK airport. But then we got on the flight through the night in premium economy on Virgin Atlantic over to London. We got there about noon the next day, and the flight was really, really comfortable. I have always thought that business class is the only way to go, but I've adjusted that a little bit. Now I'll look, and if it's a whole lot cheaper to fly in premium economy, I like premium economy. I can actually rest. I can't really rest. I'm a big guy on a long flight in the back of the plane in economy. I can't really get any sleep, but in the premium economy cabin, I can, because they recline enough. You got the footrest. It's big, plush, and comfortable. And it was a great experience for 10,000 points. I mean, to me, that's almost free. So we got over there to London. We had about a 3-hour layover, and I booked a little cheap flight over to Paris. So we went into the Plaza Premium Lounge there in London Heathrow, and then we made our way over to Paris. Took an Uber over, stayed in a hotel called the Magic Hotel right there off-site. It wasn't a Disney property, but they had a bus, a free bus that went all the time, like every 30 minutes over to the parks. So that night, we went over, got some dinner at Disney Village, which is just kind of like Disney Springs here in the States. It's kind of a little place with shops and restaurants and all that right by the park. Then the next day, we went to Disney and enjoyed both Hollywood Studios there in Paris and also the Magic Kingdom. Had a great day, videoed and recorded, and I'll have that out one of these days about our experience at both of those parks and had a fantastic time. Went back to our hotel, took an Uber the next day back to the Charles de Gaulle airport, and then we got on a premium economy flight again with Air France back to the United States. And then from there we separated. She flew home and I flew over to my work commitment. So that was a crazy, crazy 4 days with 2 solid days of travel, 1 day hanging out in the JFK airport and going to all the lounges and all of that, and then 1 full day at Disney. Now, what do you think of such a crazy, crazy, crazy trip? I will say it was exhausting in some ways. And there were points along the way where we said, do we want to do this again? And we said, I don't know if we want to do this again. But now looking back on it, we've got great memories, great pictures, and it's just kind of one of those fun life experiences that you get to do. It didn't cost us a lot of money, didn't cost us a lot of points. We just had a great time together. And so now I'm thinking, yeah, I won't do it every month. I won't probably even do it a couple times a year, but maybe once a year I can have a crazy trip, just me and her, where we do something off the wall, we rush through, spend a little bit of time, and come back if we get a crazy, crazy good deal like we did on that trip. So what do you think of this? Basically, point redemptions were 10,000 points over to London. I think it was maybe 6,000 points to get that little flight from London over to Paris. And then on the way home, the Air France, that one was 35,000 points, but it was a much longer flight because we flew to a different city back in the States. 35,000 points in premium economy. So total, we spent about 50,000 points apiece for this crazy trip. And as far as what it cost us, we had our Disney tickets, we had our food, which we would have bought anyway. And then we had to buy those positioning flights back to JFK originally, and then of course home, and then to my work commitment at the end of the trip. So we spent a little bit of money, but we spent only about 50,000 points apiece, and we've got memories to last forever. So would you do a crazy trip like this? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. It was fun. Would I do it again? Yes, but not all that often. And tell me, what do you think? Have you ever done a crazy trip? I'd love to hear about it from you. If you would consider our channel membership, it's $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime you want. I have special videos that I put out only for channel members. I also do point redemption videos on great business class and premium economy class redemptions. And also we have a Discord for channel members where you can discuss, ask questions, all of the above. So if you would consider that, there's a link down in the description below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I appreciate it a lot. I'm right at the cusp of 1,000 subscribers, and so I'm very, very excited about that. Thank you. We'll see you here next time.